occupation now! End the occupation now! All right, good evening everybody. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. Thank you all for coming. My name is Adam. I'm a proud board member of the New Generation for Palestine. And so sorry guys, 1 second, because we have a lengthy program. Before we get started, I just want to welcome you all. Thank you all for coming. It's so beautiful to see so many people here from different backgrounds, different religions. I know we got a lot of people here. Do we have any people from Lebanon? Anyone from Syria? What about Yemen? Anyone from Iraq? Any non-Arab? And I know we got a lot of Muslim people, a lot of Christians from Gaza, of course, and where are our Jewish brothers and sisters? I know you're here. And last but not least, I think we have a few of them here. Do we have any Palestinians in the room? Beautiful. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining. We're standing for a free Palestine. Okay. All right. Yep. Of the night, my brother in the Palestinian movement, the president of the New Generation for Palestine. Please help me welcome Amir Zahed.
All right, good afternoon everybody, good evening, how you feeling? Now we are going to be respectful today of all our speakers. Please only chant when we chant. We want to be organized, we want to make sure that we are sending a unified message. And we are here today, brothers and sisters, lovers of justice, freedom, the truth. We are here today in Dearborn, our community's capital, to say with a loud and clear voice, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! We are not ashamed to stand with the legitimate rights of Palestinians to live free from occupation and apartheid. We say today, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! My name is Amir Zahed. I'm the child of Palestinian refugees, survivors of the 1948 Nakba catastrophe that turned 800,000 of our proud people into stateless refugees. And yes, we Palestinians are a proud Arab people with a deep, beautiful history. We're the people of Edward Said and Mahmoud Darwish and Hanan Ashrawi, poets, intellectuals. We are the people of the largest people in history, St. George, John the Baptist, the Virgin Mary, and Jesus. So they say they came to a land without a people, but no. Akhaduha mafrusha, as my mom says. They took it fully furnished. Stand up if you are a 1948 refugee or the child or the grandchild of a 1948 refugee. Stand up if you're one of those. That's right. Keep standing where you are. Keep standing now. Stand up with them if the Israeli occupation and wars have touched your family anywhere in the world. In Lebanon, in Jordan, in America. See? That is why we are here. This is something that affects us all. We want the media to know. This is something that affects us all. We are the real life victims of Zionism. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Just last week, we lost one of our community heroes. George Khoury was one of the most prolific activists for Palestine in Arab American history. He was born in Jerusalem, in our capital, and he made Michigan his home. He worked for Palestine quietly and diligently, but never compromised or sought fame. And last month he told us that he wants to be remembered as a Nakba survivor, and we send his family our love here today. Now let's get something straight today here in Dearborn. We are no longer going to be nice and use kind words when we talk about what's happening in Palestine. Is it a conflict? No. It's an occupation. It's apartheid. It's racism. When they kick people out of their homes in Jerusalem and everywhere else, it is an eviction? No. It's ethnic cleansing. We know what it is. They try to make it complicated. It is not complicated. They say we've been fighting each other for thousands of years. That's a lie. It's not complicated. They are kicking us out, stealing our land, and not letting us come back because we're the wrong religion or wrong race. It's very simple. This is not complicated. This is simply racism, apartheid, occupation, and ethnic cleansing, and that's what we are here today to protest. That's what we are here today to say we stand against. It's been going on since 1948. It's not complicated. And they will try to distract everybody by saying that we are a people full of hate. But nothing could be further from the truth. We do not hate people for who they are. We hate occupation. We hate apartheid. We hate racism. But we don't hate people. Look around you. There are people here from every race and religion. We are a room full of love, full of hope, full of faith. We love our homeland. We love our people. We love justice. So don't let them get it twisted. This is not complicated. When you go to a Black Lives Matter rally, you see Palestinian flags. When you go to a white supremacy rally, you see Israeli flags. This is not complicated. When Zionists march down the street, they say death to Arabs. When we march down the street, we say free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. This is not difficult, everybody. When Joe Biden says Israel has a right to defend itself, that means Israel has the right to murder Palestinian children. We see you. We see what you're saying. When Joe Biden says unwavering support for Israel, that means they can flatten whole residential buildings like they've been doing in Gaza. We see him. Today, it was reported that Joe Biden did not urge Prime Minister Netanyahu to urge restraint. He did not say that. He gave the Israeli Prime Minister a green light for genocide. And make no mistake, that's what they are doing to our people. They are trying to get rid of us, but we are not going anywhere. The Democratic Party came into our communities and they said, please save us. Please save us. Please help us defeat Trump. Joe Biden sits in that White House because of Arab Americans. They asked us to save America for Donald Trump. Now we are asking everybody to help us save Palestine from Joe Biden. But we don't need people like him because we have the truth. We have the truth. That is the most powerful thing that we all hold in this room today. If Martin Luther King were here today, he would say, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. If Malcolm X were here today, he would say, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. If Rosa Parks were here today, she would say, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. And make no mistake, if Jesus were here today, he would say, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. So we are a room full of love. Before we start, I want you to take a moment and look at the person next to you and tell them, thank you for coming today. That's right. Now I want you to look at these people and tell them, I'm proud of you. Now I want you to look at these people and tell them, I love you. Because we are a room full of love for justice and the truth. Our first speaker coming up today, he represents the Palestine Aid Society. Please help me welcome our brother, Muhammad Abdus Salam.
Good evening and masal khair. Please repeat after me. Stop the Israeli war on Gaza now. Stop the Israeli war on Gaza now. Stop the Israeli war on Gaza now. Thank you. We stand today shoulder to shoulder with our people in Gaza and their resistance to the apartheid colonial Israel. Gaza has been an open-air prison for the last 16 years, and for the last 16 years, and under occupation for the last 38 years before that. We reaffirm our full support to our Palestinian people's right to self-defense. This right is not exclusive. It's not exclusive for the Jewish colonial Israel as guaranteed in the international law and the UN Charter. We hold the Biden administration as a full partner with the Israeli in the killing of the Palestinian civilians, destruction of people's homes while sleeping, shutting off the water supply, cutting off electricity, and preventing food and medical supplies from reaching Gaza. People of Gaza are human beings too, and should be treated as such, with dignity and not, as the Israeli Defense Minister called them, animals. We do not condone the loss of lives, the civilian lives on both sides. However, we do not accept that Jewish lives are superior to the Palestinian Muslim and Christian lives. Mr. Biden, we will remember next November. 70% of Gaza residents are ethnically cleansed refugees from the cities and towns surrounding Gaza Strip, and have been subjugated to the Israeli oppression and massacres for the last 75 years of Nakba. Those refugees and all other 7 million Palestinian refugees have the rights to return to their homes. They were forced out of it based on the UN Resolution 194. Enduring 5 wars on Gaza before this, since 2008, to eradicate Hamas, where thousands of people were killed on the hands of the Israeli, tens of thousands injured and displaced, but Hamas is still there, because it is not a group of aliens from space. They are part of the Palestinian fabric and won the election in 2006, but George Bush administration refused to accept the election results and deal with the Palestinian government under the leadership of Hamas. This round of Israeli attack on Gaza so far had taken the lives of over 900 civilians, including 260 children, 230 women, and more than 200,000 displaced, living in the UN schools. What does Israel and its allies think that the Palestinians should continue to be subjugated to the same treatment by Israel and its settlers for the last 75 years of Nakba and 56 years of occupation? The root cause of all wars and problems in Palestine is the occupation. Therefore, repeat after me, end the occupation now. End the occupation now. End the occupation now. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. You know, we are here tonight for one thing only, for Palestine. لا صوت يعلو فوق صوت فلسطين، ولا علم يجب أن يرفع إلا علم فلسطين. الفلسطينية وأي علم غير فلسطيني. رجاء يريد علم فلسطين أن يرفرف هنا فقط اليوم. واليوم هو عرس فلسطين.
Peace be upon you. We're not here to celebrate. We're not. We're here because something tragic is happening. We are here because of Palestinian self-determination and because of the unity of the people here who believe that regardless who is being harmed, regardless of who's being attacked, that we will always side with justice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us a people of justice. When people talk about Palestine, oftentimes not knowing the history of the matter, they don't realize there are 75 years of generational trauma, terror, pain that is being impacting of people today, that is harming societies today. That pain has not disappeared just today. Entire families are being wiped out. Babies are literally being carried by their parents, dead in their arms. This is not a new experience of the last week. This is 75 years of occupation, 75 years of injustice. There are a lot of people who are afraid to come here today, and all across the world, afraid to show up to events like this. Why? Because they are being silenced. And when people are being silenced, the responsibility of those who show up, every number matters, every voice matters. Because silence in the face of injustice is a form of injustice. Silence in the face of injustice is a form of silence in the face of injustice is a type of injustice. And today, there is a lot of injustice in the world. If we find ourselves buckling under the pressure of propaganda and falling for defensive questions in which we find ourselves having to clarify, we are not criticizing Judaism, we are criticizing Zionism. We are not extremists or anti-Semitics. We are criticizing a foreign policy. For all the politicians, and I'm ending this, for all the politicians, all the influencers, all the people with platforms in the world who are standing on the sidelines wondering what to say, wondering if they think they have to take a side, and they are afraid to speak the truth. They are afraid to address the matter. They think they have to please everyone, that it's politics. There is politics involved, but remember this. In the sight of God, you don't have to please everyone. You have to stand with the truth. You have to stand with justice. You have to stand with those who are being oppressed, regardless of their background. And if you are a sincere person who is actually looking for universal justice and peace, you will realize peace is not there until there is justice. I ask Allah to make us a people of justice and a reason for there to be justice in Palestine and around the world. And I hope and I pray we are consistent long after the news cycle disappears, that we don't remain silent, for they are still looking for self-determination. Silence in the face of injustice is. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liberate our lands and make us amongst the people of justice wherever we are. Allahumma ameen. Wassalamu alaikum.
I see a lot of people standing on the side. Raise your hand if you have a seat next to you. If you have empty seats next to you, raise your hand. I need everybody on the sides to please find a seat or else the fire marshal's going to kick us out. Please, everybody who's standing on the side, find a seat. Keep your hands raised so you can come sit next to somebody. Keep your hands raised. I'll wait. Please, I need everybody on the sides to find a seat or else we're going to get in trouble. We're all going to get kicked out. Please make sure that you find a seat. I got a bunch of chairs in the front row. I have about 7 or 8 chairs in the front row. All of you standing on the side, I need you to find a seat. You can't stand on the side. We're going to get kicked out of here. Please find a seat. All right, our next speaker coming up, she is our sister from the Yemeni American Arab community. She is one of the top educators and one of the heroes for justice in our community. Please help me welcome our sister, Iman Ali Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Assalamu alaikum and peace be on all of you. Peace is what our brothers and sisters lack in Palestine. At this very moment, they lack electricity, they lack water, food, safety, they lack their dignity. We had a flooding, we lost power. When we lose power for a few days, we don't know how to act. The world is watching now, but where are we every single day? Is it only during protests that we act? When Palestinians face village invasions, when Palestinians face settler violence, when Palestinians face the murder of journalists who tell it like it is, and that's the truth, where are we daily? للأسف وين الملايين؟ الشعب العربي وين؟ دم العربي وين؟ Where are we each and every single day? When Palestinians face protesters being executed, when Palestinians face settlement expansions, when Palestinians face siege and blockades, when Palestinians face ethnic cleansing, وين الملايين؟ Be the change you want to see every single day. You want to change the false narratives the media portrays? Be in the media. Allahu Akbar. Be in the media. Be a journalist. I was in Yemen this past summer and I saw firsthand our support to the Yemeni brothers and sisters for Palestine in Yemen, despite the humanitarian crisis they were in. They are marching in the streets in support of peace of the people of Palestine, to end the occupation and to end the genocide. Open up your eyes, raise your voices and be heard, demand accountability, not just during protests and rallies, but every day. I want to see those tweets in the post every single day. I want to see you come out and do something, take action, not just photo ops with politicians. Ask for accountability. How are they supporting this inhumane thing that's happening in the Middle East? Teach your kids. Shout out to the children right here. Where are the children? Let's make some noise. Teach your kids that caring about people is not political. This is not political. But it's part of being a good, ethical, and responsible human being. And remember, if there is no justice first and foremost, there will never be peace in the Middle East. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no justice, no justice, no justice, free Palestine! Free Palestine! I want this building to shake! Free Palestine! Our next brother we have coming, he is the political director of the Michigan chapter of the National Action Network, a long ally and supporter of Palestine. Please help me welcome our brother, Sam Riddle.
Welcome to the most federally surveyed room in America right now, right here. We have more snitches and informants and rats right around here than any other room in America right now. And my voice is a little weak, but my heart is big and strong, despite being on my second defibrillator.
Our brother Sam, I called him this morning. I said, can you be with us? He was in the hospital. He said, I will be here with you today for Palestine.
You know, it is my organization, the National Action Network, that developed the phrase the young lady said. We say it a little bit stronger, a little bit more violent. Amir kind of has it. But when we say it, we mean it, and the world has to understand it. Ain't nobody scared of Netanyahu and the rest of that gang of crooks over in the corner. And when we say it, we mean it. When we say no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. And we mean that. You know, I served 4 years. Honorable discharge, United States military, Vietnam War era veteran. And 54 years ago, 54 years ago, when I was a student at Michigan State University, I got more hate mail for an action I took than when we shut down buildings, than when we shut down basketball games. All I did was stand up and say, and it was back then, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. And see, this is not about slogans or anything. People, we are on a battlefield right here in America. And if you don't understand you're on the battlefield, you're about to be a casualty. Don't be a casualty. Process that, because right now, this area of America not only is surveilled, but they have the highest tech apparatus spying on us right now because they're afraid. And Joe Biden is providing piss poor leadership. He should be about love and bringing us together instead of dividing us. It's no wonder this damn dogs are biting everyone. Anyway, understand something. Our tax dollars are funding genocide every time an Israeli jet bombs Palestine and Gaza. Understand that it's American dollars. This crowd here is history making. This crowd here represents American and worldwide power. Let's use it. Let's move beyond the slogan so that when they hear us say, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. And Joe, you gotta go.
We are here to show you that Palestine is not only for Arabs, it is for everybody. Palestine is an issue for everybody. Please now help me welcome the Imam of the ICD, our brother Imam Imran Salha.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
End the occupation now! End the occupation now! Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. My dear brothers and sisters in humanity, the Palestinians that stand up for love life. But Mahmoud Darwish said it best when he said, وَنَحْنُ نُحِبُّ الْحَيَاةَ إِذَا مَا اسْتَطَعْنَا إِلَيْهَا سَبِيلًا. We love life. Every opportunity that we have to celebrate, we make makluba and mansab and the best of dabka. Nobody does dabka the way that we do dabka. We love life, and that is why we protest. And subhanAllah, you will never find us stopping. If you really had a claim to the land, O Israeli, why did you run away like a chicken? And why is it that you had to pull us from our roots and kill us in order for us to leave our homes? We will never leave. And wallahi, every baby, every home, every single baby like Ali Dawabsha, 18 months in 2015, burned to death. And his parents, wallahi, I've seen Ali in my dreams, burned to death. And his parents succumbed to the wounds. Wallahi, I don't know if they died from the burning wounds or if they died from seeing their son being burned to death. Subhanallah. And the Israeli settler that burned them, he went off the hook with no charges whatsoever. But they left the fire in our hearts that will burn that state until its demise. Thank you very much.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! And as we all know, as we said, this issue is not just for us. Everybody is an ally with Palestine. Please help me welcome our brother from Jewish Voices for Peace in Detroit, our brother David Finkel.
Jewish Voice for Peace, Detroit stands with the Palestinian community in the struggle for justice. At this moment, there are two essential priorities to demand of the United States government. First, the siege and the pending invasion of Gaza must be stopped immediately. It is intentionally genocidal, and Israeli government officials have openly said so. It's not disguised. Second, the United States must end its fatal delusion that so-called normalization between Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, etc., will make the crisis and struggle in Palestine go away. It's a fatal delusion. There is no solution without equal rights, equal justice, and equal security for Palestinians and Israelis. That's what Jewish Voice for Peace works for in partnership with our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Stop the siege of Gaza, end the occupation and Israeli apartheid. Free Palestine. Thank you.
No justice? No justice? No justice? No justice? Next, I'd like to welcome one of the jewels of our community who has made sure our voices are heard at every level of government. Please help me welcome our brother, the Deputy Wayne County Executive, Asad Turfi.
So, we're all here today because we believe that every individual, every human, regardless of the color of your skin, has a right to exist and a right to live. Over the last few days, we've all watched the media, and we see the hypocrisy. We see the double standard. We see and understand that our people that look like us and people of color are not valued the same as others. For those that don't know, it's got a job. I think most of the people here are educated on what Palestine and what the Gaza Strip is. For those that don't know, the Gaza Strip has 2 million people living in an area that's about 140 square miles. It's about the size of Detroit. Imagine 15 feet walls with barbed wires that prevent you from leaving or even entering. You're a prison. It's the largest open-air prison in the world. The Israelis control what goes in. They control water goes into Gaza. They control how much electricity goes into Gaza. They control how much food goes into Gaza. The people in Gaza are not living a life that they should be living. They're in prison. They're living in an apartheid state. They have a right to exist. We're here to tell the world, even though it may not seem that we have a lot of support right now, when time is over and history looks back at this moment, we were on the right side of history. If you're for what's right will always be right, regardless of what the media tells you. Thank you, and free, free Palestine! Free Palestine!
All right, as we all know, raise your hand if you have family in Palestine. Look how many people that is. Our next speaker, please come and join me. Our next speaker just joined us in America. He was born here in America, but he's lived his life in Palestine, and now he's back here with us, and he has a story. I need everybody's attention. If you want to report, this is a good time. Please help me welcome our brother, Karaja.
My name is Karaja. I was born in California and raised up in Ramallah, Palestine. I am an American citizen. While in Palestine, I suffered greatly from the Israeli occupation. I was kidnapped by the occupation forces 3 times. Once, they broke into my family's home. Police dogs attacked us. A few years ago, I was arrested by the occupation forces. I was questioned for over 100 days. I was not allowed to see a lawyer for 40 days after that. During my time in the Israeli jails, I was repeatedly tortured both physically and psychologically by the Israelis. Representative from the American government, my government, visited me. I showed them a sign of the torture on my body. They told me, there is nothing we can do for you. I was brought in front of a military court. The settlers who live next to me are tried in Israeli civilian courts. Since I'm a Palestinian, I was tried in an illegal military court by an occupation officer, not even a judge. I had absolutely no rights, either as a Palestinian or as an American. A few weeks ago, I finally made it to the US. When I arrived to the airport, I was detained by the American Border Patrol. The officer told me, an American, that he needed to check if he could let me into this country. He should told me to come home. Israel is apartheid. Israel terrorizes Palestinian people every single day. I lived it, I know it, I have the scars to prove it. Occupation and apartheid must be in free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. And we want to say to our brother Ricky, we know he is one of the people that we are fighting for. He fought for us. He sat in those jails and he made sure that he always stood up for Palestine. Ricky, we love you. We are proud of you. Free, free Palestine. These are real stories. We're not lying. They accuse us of lying, but these are real things that happen to us every day. Please help me welcome our next speaker. He's always stood up for us, our Wayne County Commissioner here in Dearborn, Sam Beydoun.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Let me start by saying this. The killing of innocent civilians, no matter their ethnicity or background, must be universally condemned.
Netanyahu is a terrorist!
More innocent people will be killed. More innocent people will be killed as the hostilities continue. And our elected leaders must do everything in their power to immediately stop the bloodshed. We are all united in our calls for peace in the Middle East. But if we want to break the cycle of violence that costs so many innocent lives, we must create the conditions for peace to prevail. We must truly believe that no child is more valuable than another. Again, I repeat, we must truly believe that no child is more valuable than another, and that all of God's children deserve to live with dignity. So we must ask, how can peace prevail when Palestinians are routinely stripped of basic human rights and lack access to health care, clean water, electricity, and security? How can peace prevail when over 2 million Palestinians, over half of them children, are trapped in an open-air prison called Asca and have their apartments, schools, and hospitals bombed by Israel every 2 years?
Let him finish what he's saying, and then we can all talk, please. I understand. I hear you. I'm with you. I hear you. I'm with you. I hear you. I'm with you.
Permanent military occupation is not a formula for peace. Israeli leaders have made it clear that it is their goal to ensure Palestinians never have their own state, and that they intend to annex all Palestinian land to Israel. The Netanyahu government has said that building illegal settlements in the occupied West Bank is their top priority. Israel's system of apartheid has been recognized by human rights organizations around the world, including in Israel. Permanent apartheid will not make anyone's children safer and will fail to break the cycle of violence we are witnessing. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
All right, I'm going to take a little bit of control. I understand there's a lot of emotion. I understand. And I am with everybody, and I know certain words trigger, but I think you have to listen to our brother Sam's words. He was not pleading for peace. He was saying peace is not possible unless justice comes first. That is what he's saying. He was saying, well, we all say no justice. There's a reason we say no justice first. So please give everybody a chance, sister. I'm with you. I understand. Everyone's emotions are high. They are murdering our people. They are massacring our people. They are committing genocide. I know. But we have to make sure that we listen to everybody and let them talk. And we have to listen to the words that they are saying. So, now, I understand. Now, please, I don't want to have anybody leave. Let's make sure that we respect our speakers. I promise I'm going to let everybody get their emotions out. That's why I'm here. You all know me. I've been here for years in these streets making sure that it happens. I'm the one that they try to take care of. I'm the one that they try to get canceled. Don't worry. I'm going to make sure that everybody is heard. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! And you know what? They don't want us to say this one anymore, but I don't care. From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Louder! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! No justice! No justice! No justice! No justice! Now I'd like to welcome the state representative delegation for the city of Dearborn. We have 3 representatives in the city of Dearborn. They're each going to say, or some of them are going to say a few words. Please help me welcome Representatives Karen Whitsett, Representative Aaron Burns, and Representative Al-Abbas Farha.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! 2 things. Uplift the humanity of the Palestinian people and end the occupation now. Anything less than that is unacceptable. I stand with you and I have your backs.
here for you.
No action, no peace.
No action, no peace. Now, I need you all to stay with me for a second. Because 75 years of trauma, 75 years of apartheid is a complex thing. But each of us in this room have a role to play to end that cycle. Each of us in this room are the hope for that mom in Gaza who's searching the debris for her child. We are the hope for the father who's blinded by his tears because of the death of his children. We are the hope for the people of Gaza, for the people of the West Bank, that one day they will be free. We are that hope. Now, apartheid tries to steal that hope from the next generation of Palestinian and Arab Americans. That's the design of apartheid. Now tell me, how many people in this room are still ready to fight for a free Palestine? How many people in this room are going to tell the story of Palestine? And how many people in this room will do all that they can for Palestine? Only together can the hopes of a free Palestine be achieved. Now, I was inspired by the words of the free, by together, I mean us in this room, my man, you know that. Now listen up, because the last speaker, Mr. Riddle, was up here, and his voice was trembling. His voice was a little raspy. That's how old he is. But what does that tell you? That tells you that regardless of where you are, regardless of how you may project, you speak the truth, even if your voice may tremble a little bit. And Mr. Riddle proved that for us here today. So when we say, free, free Palestine, we mean that we're still fighting. We mean that together, each of us today have a call to action. You gotta go on your Twitter. You gotta go on your Facebook. You gotta go on your Instagram. We have to keep the story going. We must reclaim our narrative. That is how we liberate and free Palestine. That is how we end the occupation. Thank you.
And Abbas is right. If we walk out of here today just chanting, that's not enough. We need to make sure that we have action, that we are following up. No more of politicians walking into our communities and going down to Shatila and eating baklawa and saying salam alaikum and then they get our vote. No more! We are going to ask you very clearly where you stand on Palestine. We have politicians here that stand with us. We have to make sure that we ask everybody. I know our brother Osama will talk about what I'm going to talk about later, but we want to make sure that everybody stands with us. Our next speaker is from the American Human Rights Council, AHRC. Please help me welcome our brother, Khalid.
Thank you. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Some people woke up on October 7th thinking that history started on October 7th. Let me share with you the history of October as far as the Palestinians are concerned. 1953, the massacre of Libya, where they demolished 41 houses and 49 Palestinians.
Zionism is terrorism.
1956 in October, when they committed another massacre against the Palestinians. That was not in October. Then in 1990, when they opened fire in the Al-Aqsa Mosque and they killed 30 worshippers and injuring 150. Tell me this is not a terrorist state. If you woke up in the morning of 7th of October and you thought that history just started, we got some news for you. And when then we get our president, we get our governor here, Richard Whitmer, who all of us are worried about the Israelis, no concern Palestinians, brothers and sisters. We will tell Joe Biden, no more. We will tell Wetmer, no more. Where are our representatives? Where are the people that we have elected? They are not welcome in our community anymore. I would rather vote for Mickey Mouse than vote for Walmart. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! I said, make it shake! Free Palestine! Our next speaker is the only person running for Senate in the state of Michigan who looks like us, knows us, and is not afraid to talk about Palestine and the truth about Palestine. Please help me welcome our brother, Nasser Beydoun.
No justice, no peace. Everybody in this room, I want to introduce some people to you. Our Governor, Gretchen Whitmer.
Here in our community, every week making sure that Palestine is on the tongue of every Arab American in our community for over almost 40 years. And he has always stood hard for Palestine even when they try to bring him down. Please help me welcome our brother Osama Siglani.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. We are not going to be intimidated by staying silent when they say Hamas is a terrorist organization. So what happened on Sunday was shameful here in Michigan. Our representatives, all of them, went to the Senate, and that is not the issue. But what they did there is shameful. While people are being dead under the rubble of their homes from the bombs that made in the United States and given to Israel to kill people, they were standing and dancing and laughing on our bodies and on our homes. We are not going to forget, are we? Are we going to forget? Let me tell you, we have forgotten before. And you know what? We got what we deserve because we forgot. We shall never forget those people who dance while our people are being dead and our homes are being destroyed. I ask you, this is not a battle that we are going to win with our mouths shut. This is all what we have here. First, we have our voices. And also, my brothers and sisters, we have our votes. And we are going to say to them, we are now never forgetting what you have done to us. And we are going to remember, come November, what we are going to put in the ballot box. No to the Republicans and no to the Democrats. They are a bunch of liars. They have betrayed us. They dance on our bodies and our wrecked homes. And to Mr. Biden, who got 72% of our votes. First of all, Mr. President, we are not, our people are not afraid of destroyers and aircraft carriers. You see, we believe that we are going to win because we are right and the right is on our side. So, Mr. President, instead of sending destroyers and aircraft carriers to kill more people, instead of saying to Netanyahu, we are going to give you everything you need in order to kill more Palestinians. Instead of saying that, Mr. President, why don't you be a leader and lead for peace? Send an envoy. Tell him to stop killing. Be a leader. That's what we expect from our leaders in America. America is great, but we have leaders who are not great and who are bringing our country down all the way to the ground. So today, we are speaking here. Remember when you go home, go on your Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and tell them how you feel about what they're doing. That's what we are supposed to do here. Let the Fidaiyin, Al-Abtal, let them do their job there. Four years ago, I stood the war and free Palestine. It is just the beginning of freeing Palestine started. So it's not only we're going to be free, but we're going to be free with dignity and honor, because this is how we are. We do not hate anybody. We do not hate anybody. We are going to extend our hands to our Jewish brothers here. There is nothing to be afraid of. The media is saying, oh, something is going to happen between the Arabs and the Jews. No, nothing is going to happen other than we are brothers and sisters, here and there. God bless you. Free Palestine, and long live Palestine.
Disrespectful, please don't. We are here in a room full of love, a room full of respect. Please do not speak over anybody. We are here in a room full of love and respect. Let's not speak over each other. We're almost done here. Please help me welcome. He has been at every Palestine